Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is mint chocolate chip cookies. And this is a great cookie recipe. If you don't like mint, you might not like this, but you can also substitute semi-sweet milk chocolate chips, whatever type of morsel that you want to put in the batter. But again, if you like chocolate and you like mint, I know you're going to like this cookie. So let's get started. First off, we're going to need 1 cup of butter. I've had it at room temperature, and I went ahead and I cut it up in little pieces because I think it's a lot faster to cream it and that type of thing. Also, you can do this in your stand-up mixer as I am, or of course your hand mixer. You can make these cookies, and I'm just going to spend a few seconds breaking up and creaming that butter. The next thing that you're going to be putting in is 1 cup of granulated sugar. And I'll beat that in with the butter. There we go. And I'll raise my speed just a bit. You're also going to be putting in 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And that was 3/4 of brown. Okay, they've come together quite nicely. All right. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be putting in vanilla, and you're going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And we'll beat that in. We're also going to put in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now I know some people are probably going to write and say, how come you're not putting in with the dry ingredients? But this is how this recipe was written, and they do come out really good. So I like to follow the directions as written. So I put my salt in right now. The next thing we're going to put in is 2 eggs, and I've also had them at room temperature, and I'm going to put 1 in at a time, beat it in, raise my speed, put the second one in, and that's all combined. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do now is to work our dry ingredients in. And we're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You're also going to be using a 1/2 cup of unsweetened baking cocoa. Okay, and I am going to put that in with the flour. Let me get that all out of there. Okay. And the last thing that we're going to be putting in is 1 teaspoon of baking soda. All right, and I'm just going to stir this in a little bit. You don't have to be real fussy, but I'm just going to bring it together with my spoon. Okay, and now I'm just going to start putting in the dry ingredients a little at a time so that I don't shower the kitchen here with flour and what have you. And I'm just at, well, a low speed at this time. I'm going to raise it a little bit now. And put the rest in. Just raise up my speed. Excuse me. Okay, and that looks really nice. It's nice and smooth, very light and very fluffy. That's what we want. Okay, the last thing that we're going to be putting in, of course, is the mint chocolate chips. and you're going to use 1 2/3 cup of the morsels of the mint chocolate chips, and I'm going to just quickly put those in. I don't want to overbeat them because I don't want to break them up, but I do want to combine them evenly. And that should do it. And then I'm just going to take my paddle off, take off my excess here a little bit. There we go. And set that aside. And then I'd like to show you what I've got so far. Just want to bring it together before I do that. And here we go. And there we go. We got this beautiful chocolate mint chocolate chip batter. Really pretty. It smells so good. All right. Next, of course, you're going to need a baking pan, and you won't have to grease it or anything like that. And I'm going to be using, it's really a small to a medium scoop, medium probably I should say, cookie scoop. And they are going to spread out a little bit, so don't put them too close to one another. Allow them at least a couple inches, that kind of thing. And you're going to bake them at 375, and these cookies are going to bake up for you anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. So start checking them early. I like to start checking mine about, I don't know, maybe 6 minutes or so, because as we realize, all ovens set up so differently when you're baking, your baking times. But 8 to 10 is what I have found in the range that they come out just beautiful. I have some to show you. Let me rinse my hands very quickly here. Okay. And this is how they come out. They are really just beautiful cookies. You'll be able to see the green coming through, the cookie. Okay. They'll bake up to a nice medium golden brown. When you break into them, they will be a very chewy cookie. They'll be nicely crispy though on the top. They are a bit, again, more of a chewy cookie on the bottom, but they're very light and very moist. They're not real dense or anything like that. They really come out just beautiful. Now, on the amounts of cookies, if you make them, of course, smaller than mine, you could get up to 60 out of this recipe. I generally get about half of that, maybe about 30 cookies, but it's going to be up to you on the size, that type of thing. But once again, what a great tasting chocolate mint chocolate chip cookie. Great with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or just a glass of cold milk. Well, there you have it. If you try this recipe and you like it, write to me, leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching. Diane Lovetobake.